cascading all the way down the valley here. Glengesh Pass, there we are. Wow! Jeez, that's amazing. That's a beautiful pass, it's going to wind all the way down.
Welcome to Éire Adventure Travel. My name is Ben. Thank you very much for watching this video. We're going to be taking a look at 3 scenic drives or 3 scenic routes in the county Donegal. I've got a coastal route for you and I've got 2 mountain passes that we're going to be taking a look at. So if it's the first time you're here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoy scenery in Ireland or are just fascinated with the country of Ireland and you want to see its scenic beauty, because that's the main aim of this channel, is to show you that. So be sure to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and of course if there's any comments that you may currently have, please leave them down below. And be sure to check out my other content. I've got a good variety of stuff. We've got scenic drives, I've got some mountain walks, I've got some beautiful scenery as well that I've included, so be sure to check that out. But here we go. We'll start off with the first place, and that is the coastal route along the South Donegal coastline. Right, we're going to first look at the coastal road. This can be found between the points just after Killybegs. There's a viewpoint called Largy Viewpoint. You'll see this in Google Maps. From there onwards, you keep going along the R263 and you'll hit, there'll be a side road with a brown sign that says Coastal Road. That is the road that you must take. What that road takes you through, it takes you all the way through to Muckross Head. It'll also then connect further up the road as well. It's a beautiful scenic road and not to be missed. The day I went down there were no bikes to be seen. They all took the main road and bypassed this beautiful area. What you're going to see is you're going to see awesome coastal views. You're going to see some cliffs, mountain views. You'll see the sides of the mountains as you're working your way down. I mean, honestly, I thought I was somewhere else. It was literally that good. And obviously, eventually, you're going to find your way at Muckross Head, and there's a beautiful little kind of parking area there with a beautiful bay view. I mean, the water was so still, there was virtually no wind, and then you can walk to the Muckross Head point, well, once you're done there, once you're done there, then you can head up to the Wild Atlantic Waypoint at Muckross Head, and there is a magnificent view of that coastline, and even still, on a clear day, you can see as far as Sligo, and you can see Ben Bulben in the distance. It is literally that good. I highly rate it. So be sure to check out that coastal route, and like I said to you, it's just after the Largy Viewpoint, and you'll see the sign designated Coastal Road, so be sure to check that out. You will definitely enjoy it. The next pass we're going to talk about is Granny's Pass. Now this is located in West Donegal, so it's probably not an area you'd be too familiar with. However, when I chose this location, I didn't realize there was an actual pass there, which obviously it's an extra added bonus. What I did want to go to West Donegal was for Assaranca Falls, video in the top right, and Maghera Beach, video in the top right. These are 2 fantastic locations, and again, it's an area that isn't well traveled. There's a main road that goes through Ardara, but this is just outside Ardara and a little bit to the west. However, it isn't that far from Ardara, so if you find yourself in the town of Ardara, be sure to check out those locations. So anyway, once I'd finished with Maghera Beach, I then carried on through, and then I was met with this beautiful pass that was just climbing up, and there was a bit of a break in the weather as well, which was fantastic. So as you work your way up, and you'll see the river falls. That's the main reason why I went there, was there's a river falls called Owenwee River Falls, and you get to a point where you can clearly see it. And I've also did some drone footage there. After that, you can continue up, and there is a viewpoint a bit further up, which is where I kind of stopped. Did majority of the filming up there. And then what you can either do, you can either go back to Ardara, or you can continue over the pass. However, I must warn you, the road isn't the best on that side. I was taking it in the rain, and I was concerned in some areas because the road, there's a grass center section all the way through, and literally you're in the wet. If your front wheel touches it on a motorcycle, you could see yourself going off. So, and literally you're in the middle of nowhere. There's a lot of houses in that round, which is great. I suppose to a degree there'll always be someone there, but majority of the time I didn't come across a single person when I was headed over and back to the main road. So be sure to check that out. That's Granny's Pass in West County Donegal. Well, we're getting to our final place, and that is Glengesh Pass. It's probably one of the most popular passes in County Donegal that everyone tends to go to. There'll be a lot of bikers that take that particular route. It's actually a glacial valley. Granny's Pass is one of two glacial valleys in County Donegal, and the other one is Glengesh Pass, which was formed millions of years ago. However, the route, the approach to Glengesh is just fantastic, because you've got awesome scenery around you. You've got mountains in the distance. It really is a fantastic place to find yourself in. So if you ever headed that way, Glengesh is definitely a route that I would highly suggest you take. When you do get there, you'll see the Wild Atlantic Way viewpoint, and there's a stunning view of the valley. There are some benches there as well, which was great, so I managed to do a bit of walking around, a bit of filming. I didn't get the drone out that day because I'd done majority of the filming already with the drone, so there wasn't much power left for the actual drone, and I wasn't sure whether I was going to make it to Glengesh or not, but I did that day, which was great. So I did film it going down. You'll see there's some bends. There's a hectic bend down the bottom, and I've taken that in the wet, and I tell you what, it's pretty scary. So you just got to watch your speed. So you'll get that sort of hairpin, you go round, and then there's just a kind of a straight road that works its way down to the main road. And I tell you what, the scenery is just marvelous. Mountains on that side, and of course just the valley floor is just fantastic. But the road itself is really beautiful, and I would highly recommend you check out Glengesh Pass in County Donegal. That brings the video to an end, so I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've broken it down. There's three scenic routes for you. So we've got the coastal routes just past Loggy Point. That's between Fáilte Beach and Muckross Head. That is a stunning part of Donegal, and it's one of those kind of rare gems that, yes, there's a coastal road. Whether a lot of people take it or not, I don't know. The roads are quite narrow as well, so for overtaking when you're on a motorcycle, it'll be much easier. When you're with a car, you're going to be a little bit more cautious because there are only certain areas where you can overtake. But for me, that coastal route is just fantastic. I was just blown away at what I saw along that route, and you won't be disappointed. The Granny's Pass me was a big surprise. I wasn't expecting it down that particular area of West Donegal, a really stunning part of the country. West Donegal, if you've ever been or not been down that side, I'm sure you'd agree with me. West Donegal is just fantastic. There was one particular place I'm going to try and get to. It's called Unport. It's kind of the last place in West Donegal that I haven't been to, and I was going to try and get there that day, but the nights were getting darker. So I just managed to get home, even though it was like 2 degrees, freezing my butt off, effectively. So I didn't make it there, but that'll probably be one of my later videos. And of course, Glengesh Pass, just a beautiful part of Donegal, and the pass itself is just marvelous. So be sure to check that out. It is along the Wild Atlantic Way, so don't forget the Wild Atlantic Way points. So you've got Muckross Head, and of course you've got Glengesh in this video. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like, comment and subscribe, and of course I'll see you all in the next video. We're going to be starting our Donegal leg very soon. I'm just waiting for the weather to pass. We've had some snowfall, so hopefully that's the last of the snow for this year. So I'm really excited to get back on the road to film these fantastic locations for you, and hopefully you might make some time to go and see these places. But thanks very much, and of course I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye bye.